Hi, my name is James Knight. I'm here in Bulgaria at the Vineyards, iMAplex, to launch the iMA Success Investment Club. And joining me here today, I've got some real experts that I'm going to introduce to you in just a minute. What I would like to do firstly, though, is just to talk a minute about what has prompted me to become involved in offering the iMA Investment Club. I learned a few years ago some really startling statistics that I'd like to share with you. That if out of 100 people aged 20, if you ask them what's going to happen in their life, most people will say, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be rich, I don't know exactly how, but I'm going to do it. But the reality of it is that at the end of 45 years, in other words, going from 20 to 65, here is what happens. Only 1 out of 100, 1% is rich, 2% are financially independent, and the rest are either dead or dead broke. Now that was a real wake-up call for me, and what I discovered is that, to start out with, I had to make some changes in my life when it came to my attitude. In the area of attitude, and in order to make changes, that's the first thing that happens. We've got to first recognize a need to change. We have to want to do something about it. We have to believe we're capable of making changes. And when that happens, most of us will say, I will, and we'll start looking around as to how to go about it. When we start looking for the answers, we've turned this cycle one quadrant. Now we're not talking about attitude anymore, we're talking about knowledge. There's certain things that we would expect from someone that was going to teach us how to do something. They have to be currently doing it, have to be an expert in it, they have to know the principles, fundamentals, and concepts involved in whatever it is that we want to change. When I started looking around as to find an expert to help teach me how to become financially independent and be part of that group, I met Owen O'Malley, and that's who I would like to introduce. Owen, will you please come up and explain to everybody what we're going to be doing here with the iMA Success Investment Club?
My name is Owen O'Malley, the CEO and founder of the Investment Club Network. Our job is to demystify the market. Your job is to come to us to learn. How we do that is we create a safe and supportive environment called an investment club. What is an investment club? It's a group of people that meet once a month for 1 hour. They put a small amount of money into a kitty, like a bank account that belongs to everybody, and they make democratic decisions on how to master the market. In the early days you have no knowledge and experience, and that's where we come in. We hold your hands, we take you through the early stages, but ultimately, through your experience within the investment club, you will learn how to do it for yourself. And I'd now like to introduce you to one of our members in one of our Spanish clubs who did that very thing, Ana Rodriguez.
Thank you, Owen. Hello. Some time ago I had a job and it paid me very well, but then I didn't have enough time, and that was killing me because I wanted to spend with my children who were small at that time. So I quit my job. Then I had loads of time, I didn't have enough money. And then in either case I didn't have control over my life. So I learned then that money could work for me. And then I decided that I needed to find an expert, and I found Owen. Nowadays, the market, after less than 2 years, and with no previous experience whatsoever, after less than 2 years, now I'm making more money out of the market than I used to do with my regular job. And not only that, I can teach my children in the future so that they can be financially independent as well.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Anna.
Thank you, James.
Anna is a wonderful example of how this particular cycle of self-development works. We have all taken courses where we wanted to make changes in our life, but after a period of time, if you'll note, this would be a 6 o'clock position. That's when the books go back on the shelf and start gathering dust. Tapes go in a drawer and we go right back to the way that we were before. It's important for each of us to be able to practice the right things. And by practicing the right things under a coach, that before long we start experiencing some success. People start recognizing we're doing something differently. With that positive reinforcement, continuous application, not only do we develop a habit, but we develop a skill in that particular area. The areas that we're talking about now, making money in the stock market, is a skill. Owen O'Malley is an expert that's developed that system. To find out more about how you can join the iMA Success Investment Club, just use the link below.